Okay, good day guys, welcome once again to this channel. So in this video we'll be talking about the lumbar vertebra. Now the lumbar vertebra, they are 5 in numbers and they are divided into 2 groups, the typical and atypical lumbar vertebra. Every vertebra are designed in such a way that they have 2 parts, the body and the vertebral arc, as you can see here. Now the lumbar vertebra has a unique feature that makes it a lumbar vertebra, and you can identify that and also differentiate the lumbar vertebra from other vertebrae such as thoracic vertebra. Now in the case of identifying it, the lumbar vertebra has its body being kidney shaped, as you can see here, while the thoracic vertebra I have here is heart shaped. As you can see here, it is heart shaped, not kidney shaped. It is heart shaped, as you can see here. So that is one features that separates the lumbar vertebra from the thoracic vertebra. And also another feature that separates them is the presence of a long spine. As you can see here, the spine here is shorter than the spine here. It is longer. But today we'll not be talking about the thoracic vertebra, so I will talk about the thoracic vertebra in another video. So our main focus today would be the lumbar vertebra. Now the lumbar vertebra, as I said earlier, are divided into 2 groups. They are divided into the typical and atypical. The typicals are lumbar vertebra 1 to lumbar vertebra 4. And this lumbar vertebra I am holding is lumbar vertebra 1 or lumbar vertebra 2. Now, as I said, it is divided into the body and also the vertebral arc. The vertebral arc consists of smaller units or smaller structures that contribute to form the vertebral arc, and these units or these features that contribute to the vertebral arc include the pedicles, the lamina, the superior articular process, inferior articular process, the transverse process, the spinous process, and also the mammillary process and the accessory process. Now, the body, as I said, is kidney shaped. That is one factor. It is kidney shaped. So the lumbar vertebra is in the body is placed in such a way that the body faces anteriorly, as in front, while the vertebral arc, as you can see here, faces posteriorly, as in at the back. So in the body it is placed this way. As you can see here, it is placed this way. Now, talking about the vertebral arc, I will show you where each of those features are. Now, the first feature is that the pedicels, their processes, these two stuff from the posterior aspect of the body, they are 2 in number. These two, as you can see, they are the pedicels, while projecting or coming from the pedicels, you have 2 laminals, right and left. The 2 laminals, they project and they fuse at the midline. Forming a spinous process. Now, when they fuse, there is another projection from the point where they fuse, known as the spine of the vertebra. In this case, the spinous process of lumbar vertebra. So this one you can see here is the spine. Now, on the pedicels, you have projections too, known as superior articular process. They are 2 in number, right and left. Superior articular process. Now, projecting also from the lamina, you have inferior articular processes. These two, you have inferior articular process, and the superior articular process has a facet. known as superior articular facet. It is directed medially. While the inferior articular process has a facet. Another facet, there are two, and it is directed laterally, as you can see here, away from the midline, the body. Also, from the pedicels, you have other projections. This one and this one, you can see here, they are known as the transverse process of the vertebra. In this case, transverse process of the lumbar vertebra. There are two. So these whole structures constitute the vertebral arc, and now where they fuse with the body, they form a foramen known as the vertebral foramen. So you can see here that allows the spinal cord to pass through along with other structures. So for the lumbar vertebra, the vertebral foramen is triangular in shape, as you can see. While the thoracic vertebra, the vertebral foramen is circular. So that also contributes to their distinguishing factors. So in summary, what distinguishes the thoracic from the lumbar is that presence of long spine, heart-shaped body, and circular vertebral foramen, whereas the lumbar vertebra has a triangular vertebral foramen, a shorter spinous process, as you can see here, and a kidney-shaped body. So recall at the beginning of this video, I talked about the lumbar vertebra being typical and atypical. Now, once it is typical, it means it has features that all other vertebra has, all other lumbar vertebra has. While atypical, it has some special features that are peculiar to it. Like this one I am holding now is the L5 vertebra, as you can see. It is L5 vertebra. Now, what makes it different from the other vertebrae? What makes it different from the other lumbar vertebra is that when comparing its transverse process to that of the L5, the fifth lumbar vertebra, you will find out that the transverse process is shorter. As you can see, this is longer. Also, the body is wider. It is wider than this body. And also, the superior articular process and inferior articular process are larger than that of the other lumbar vertebrae. I think that concludes not all, but that concludes most of what you should know concerning the lumbar vertebra. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, subscribe, click the notify button, like the video, leave a comment for me, and I will reply to your comment. Thank you, and do have a nice time.